Hi everyone. Hopefully just a quick one this time to announce the new texting feature in Bookerville. Bookerville has always provided a rich email correspondence solution for vacation rental businesses, and now we have extended that to texting to mobile phones. To access this new feature and get started, go to the property setup page for a property in your account. Click on the Emails and Templates tab. We'll probably need to rename this eventually and some other things. In the upper left, you'll see a list of all your email templates. Below that, we've added a new list for your text templates. We've taken the liberty of adding a text template to all your properties, which we've called guest services. This has in it a simple and effective message with a link the guests can tap on to go to the Bookerville Guest Services app, which is really a page, so there's no need for them to install anything. Don't worry, this guest services text template that we've put here is not set up to be sent, so it's not going to go to anyone's phones unless you set it up to do that. Okay. As you can see, this is very similar to the email templates. You can control who it is sent to. There is no subject line because those don't really exist for phone texts. The message body is limited to 1,600 characters. And we strongly recommend you keep it to far fewer than that because it's just kind of overwhelming for most people to read that much in a text. We also have to caution you at this time not to put any new lines into your message bodies yet. This seems to be causing text to fail to deliver. We are working with the service provider to solve that issue, but for now, make sure you are separating items in your text messages with only spaces, okay? The same criteria restraints are available as for the email templates. And the same data tags also exist. And so, although you're not going to want to use things that bring up like, HTML looking things like the color-coded booking costs table. I mean, these are things you probably wouldn't really want to put into a text message anyway. But there is nothing in here that is going to prevent you from putting those data tags in there. But we really don't want you to do that right now. You got to keep these texts very, very simple for now. For the time being, Bookerville is not supporting texting for the payment made, contract received, and security deposit refund events. I'm not sure you'd really want to send a text on those anyway, but at least for now, those are not available for text templates. You can send a text at the time of booking, and that's not a bad idea, especially for last-minute bookings, but we strongly recommend that you also schedule it to be sent closer to the arrival date, because for those that book well in advance, the text will be long gone or buried deep in their phone's history, even just a few weeks later, right? Another option you may want to experiment with is triggering a special text to be sent to guests when the property has been reported as cleaned, so that they can potentially check in early. I think this is going to be very popular, and a lot of you may not have experimented with this particular set of checkboxes here, and I know this can get a little confusing. So if you need any help with this, as with all these things, please reach out and we'll educate you on how this works and work with you to set things up the way you want them to. But anyway, the way you would do that by checking these specific boxes so that the text that gets sent refers to the arriving guests and not the departing ones, right? Okay, let's close this. The automatic scheduled emails list over on the right-hand side up here, it's been updated to let you optionally choose a text template in addition to an email template to be sent at the scheduled date and time. Bookerville requires you to send at least an email template for each one of these events, okay? But the texts are optional. Okay, so you can't only send a text. It has to be in conjunction with an email. Hopefully that's not a big deal, but we'll see how it goes. For the guest services, we recommend sending that text at the same time as the arrival instructions email template, but this might be a little different for you and your specific operations. If we then go to a booking, I just want to show you what this looks like in your booking details page. If we scroll down here to the bottom and click the Generate New Schedule button in the email correspondence box, you can see that it creates the text version as well, and it will be sent along with the email at the designated date and time. And so, what does this particular text do? What does it look like? Well, for those of you that have been using the Bookerville Guest Services app, you already know about it. But for those of you that don't, this is it. The guests get this nice page that puts together everything they need for their vacation. One touch to start the navigation to the property. You get arrival and departure instructions, local attractions, if those have been set up. This is all done in your property setup page. If it's there, it's shown here. If it's not, then, well, it's not. The door code, if you're doing those. And yes, this integrates with remote lock if you're doing that remote door programming. That's also very helpful. They can view the contract if you're doing those. They can report to you that they have checked in and checked out. And this does show up in your Bookerville dashboard, helpful for a bunch of things, including housekeeping. They can leave a review and, of course, tap these to text, email, call you if they need to. They can also share this app with their family or friends. If they owe a balance on the booking, that is also shown here, and they can tap there to go pay. Down here, you can also set up local deals like coupons for things and even in-stay purchases for upgrades, etc. So this guest services app is really quite a facilitator, and that's the reason we sort of chose this as the first real demonstration of what this new texting feature can help you do. All right, so that's about it for this first rollout. Please treat this as beta for a good bit, and if you can, solicit feedback from your recipients about whether they are getting these texts and how effective they are, formatting issues, usability, etc. And as always, let us know if you're experiencing anything unexpected or if you have good ideas to help us improve this new feature.